I don't know if you can hear me. I got that turned off. Let's go live. It says I'm live. I don't know if you can hear me. I would like to know if you can hear me. You let me know. I am forcing myself. Hello from Franklin County, Pennsylvania. Jason Robinson, I can't believe that you are here again. You're sticking with me after all the trouble we had on this last live stream. And I see we've also got Moose Junction Hunter. Hello to you. Day 2 at the gym. I hope that's going well for you. I wish you the absolute best. That's awesome. She is doing some, I hope it's okay for me to reveal that. She's mentioned that on the Facebook page, that she's working out here to get ready for the upcoming hunting season and get back in shape for that. I mentioned that I am doing a little bit of walking, that kind of thing, trying to do that stuff, getting all set up and hopefully get in shape so it'll be a little bit easier getting in and out of the woods, all that good stuff. Very important to exercise your tree stand muscles too. I made that joke on the Facebook page. I don't know if anybody got it. I just like to sit around on the couch, watch TV, and exercise my tree stand muscles. But anyway, that's a little joke. Hopefully, first of all, I want to apologize for the problems I had on the earlier live streams, and thank you guys so much, sincerely, for all of you who stuck by me. We had that scheduled, and then YouTube had gone and changed some stuff on my app. I've now updated my app on the phone, so as a backup, I can always stream off of here. For some reason, when I updated the app a few weeks ago, YouTube removed the live streaming function, but they've replaced it and put it back in the app. So now it's back. I can do it again. So there you go. I would have done that as a backup before. Hello to Jason Robinson, Paul Chapman, Moose Junction Hunter, Evan Outdoors. Good to hear from you. Haven't heard from you in a little bit here. We're getting back to that time of year, aren't we? I hope you shoot another big buck this year, and I hope you'll share that with us. Evan Outdoors, check out our group Facebook page, the Death by Bunchy group Facebook page, and this way you'll be able to post to that group page. You don't have to send it to me and have me upload it to the Facebook page. I still have the Facebook page for everybody out there. We're still doing that. And I'm still going to be updating you on that and giving you all the fun stuff on there and everything else. But the group page, I think I'm having a lot of fun with it. So there it is. Lady Slayer, Moose Junction Hunter. That's a great name. That's a very good nickname. We have Dwayne White, howdy there from South Alabama. That's awesome. Dennis Dean, we're picking you up here in Pittsburgh. You must be doing something right. Finally, I got something figured out with this live stream business. Last year we did them every week, and it went really, really well. And now, sort of got off that, people are busy doing other stuff, right? As we're getting ready for hunting season again, though, in August, Crossbow Appreciation Month comes around, and we're running around doing our last minute stuff and getting ready for the upcoming hunting season, shooting the crossbows, hopefully all that fun stuff. And now's a good time to do the live streams, I think. And it's a good way to get in there and start doing some Crossbow Appreciation Month videos and get some fun stuff out there. So we've got a lot of, look at the people here, head to tail barbecue and cooking. I hope all are doing well. I hope you are doing well as well. And I want you to know I've been watching your videos. There's been some fun stuff in there. So I think I actually was looking at a recipe here recently. Pretty cool. Thank you all for joining. Look at that. Good luck in Maryland. Louis, thank you very much. And Moose Junction Hunter loves the group Facebook page. I'm glad. I really am having fun with that. Andres Loomers, you're back from Germany. Once again, he's here all the way from the other side of the planet joining us on here. Hello to you, sir, and thank you very much for joining us. And thank you for joining us on the group Facebook page. Not to keep talking about that, but he's on there as well and has been posting this giant catfish, unlike a catfish you would catch in northeastern Pennsylvania where I'm from. We have channel cats here, and we're starting to get some flathead catfish in Pennsylvania that are making their way in here as yet another invasive species, but an invasive species that I love because I'd love to catch a flathead channel catfish without having to go clear to Mississippi or something. So we got all that. We do have some of those here, but he posted on there a really nice catfish he had caught over in a lake in a river over in Germany. So that's pretty cool. Man, we got some new people here. Tim Benj, nice to hear from you. Robert Moore, hello to you again. Hello from Fort Myers, Florida. Hello down there. I hope all that is going well. We've got, man, just so many different people here. This is fantastic. I don't want to take up everybody's time all night long here, and I haven't even eaten dinner. Got back from work, got all changed up, got ready to do this thing, and it has worked so far. I'm so proud of myself and so happy that this is not going to be a big old problem. However, just as I was get this, you'll get a kick out of this. Just as I was getting ready to set this up, right, turning the microphone on, I got the microphone hooked up, I got the lights turned on, I got all that set up, and I heard turn it on, streaming and everything, and my phone sends me a notice, and I pick it up and look at it, and it says, watch out, there's a big storm coming. So we got a thunderstorm coming, so I don't think we'll get cut off. Hopefully it will work out just fine. So I am going to zip through here, what we're going to do, sort of marking my place here, and so I can come back to that, because I will go through the comments and we will talk and we will chat. But I wanted to go through, the purpose of this live stream was, because this is Crossbow Appreciation Month, and this is August, and you can't get, did you know this, that you can't get Crossbow Appreciation Month anywhere else other than here on Death by Bungie? What is wrong with all the other millions of YouTube channels that they don't have their own Crossbow Appreciation Month? I don't get it. But it is something that is unique to Death by Bungie. It's something we do here. But I got 3 packages in the mail recently I wanted to go over with you. We'll do it by way of this live stream. And it fits right in with what all of you folks are working on right now, getting your hunting licenses lined up, figuring out what you're going to need for this place, what you're going to need for that place. Most of us, if you're like me, you've been doing the same thing for years, and you're following up on the same pattern. Like I sent out my little doe license cards. I did another video about that last year. It's an old tradition here in Pennsylvania, a lot of fun. But many of you are doing exactly the same thing that you do every year, just like I do. But then, of course, I'm trying to go to Maryland this year yet again. It'll be like the 8th or 9th time I've gone to Maryland. Pretty exciting. 8th time, I guess. Pretty exciting about that. So this is interesting to go through this. I suspect one of these is a Maryland package, one of these is a Pennsylvania package, and we'll go from there. But we'll start with the doe stuff, okay? This one I got from my county treasurer, this little pink package, and it is, for those of you not familiar with it, we send out our $6.90. When you buy a hunting license here, it's like $20 in Pennsylvania, but that entitles you to shoot 1 deer with a rifle. Does not entitle you to shoot a doe or anything. You got to buy the archery credentials separate, which is kind of nice. It's a la carte. You don't have to pay for things that you're not necessarily going to use. You get to pick and choose. So I kind of like the way Pennsylvania does it. That's one of the things I like. I don't like everything, but that's one of the things that I do like. So I sent it in, $6.90 for us residents to send in there for our doe licenses. First round, this came back, and I suspect in this little envelope, I suspect that there is a little yellow tag in here that allows me to shoot a doe. So I'm going to open this up. It has not been opened yet. Oh, look at that. Are you ready? Look at this. There it is. Boom. This is what it looks like. This is what an extra deer looks like to a Pennsylvania hunter. This little doohickey right here. It is a little card that has my information on it, and it says antlerless deer tag. And yes, you will in fact fill this out, keep it as your record, and in the other one you'll put your little zip tie in there and zip tie it to the leg, zip tie it through the ear, something like that, but attach it to your deer after you are successful. Hopefully this gets used. Hopefully it does a great job and I get my $6.90 worth. We'll get rid of the pink envelope. We don't need that. But and hopefully I have one more of these coming, because this is really important. And I hope you guys are as excited about this for 2 reasons. I hope 2 things that you're excited about. One, I hope you're excited about your hunting seasons and your tags or whatever you get there. This is technically a permit, although it says antlerless deer tag. This is the tag portion, but this is the actual. It's considered a doe permit. But either way, I hope you're excited about what's going on with you there. But I hope you're excited about this as I am, because this, starting on the opening day of the crossbow season, this is an odd numbered year, and that means I'm going to have some apples to hunt over. An apple tree to hunt under. So that's pretty exciting. And this is a whole video right here. This is a whole deer. This is 15 different crock pot meals and recipes. There's a lot. This is a lot for $6.90. Isn't that exciting? I think it's exciting. I hope you got the same thing wherever you are. 2 more packages came in the mail. Let's look at those. Now, here's the neat thing about them. When you send in for your licenses, Pennsylvania, the Game Commission, they oversee all of this, but they don't actually handle the fulfillment. They're not going to go through and send you all the stuff, right? Our county treasurers do that for local folks if you go into the courthouse and you pay for it there. But when you get the book, the little digest and all that stuff that goes along with it, it is actually fulfilled by an outfit up in Saratoga Springs, New York, Aspira License Fulfillment. And both of these packages, incidentally, the one from Maryland and the one from Pennsylvania, both of them have Aspira, New York on them. Or Aspira, the license fulfillment company. How cool is that? So I basically got 2 packages. They're identical packages. Same address, obviously, for my address. But we're just going to open them up here and see what's in them and see if they're different. Now, haven't looked at them yet, so we'll tear that open. Ooh, ooh. I know this is the Pennsylvania one because they're sending me more pink envelopes. They must have a lot of doughs that they need to cut down on this year. And I'll keep you posted on that, actually. So here are my Bordeaux permits. Now, here's something neat for you Pennsylvania guys. They changed this up a little bit. Check this out. Look at the difference. This is the old one, and I've actually been using these, but where the tear-offs on the end, the new ones don't have the tear-offs. That's pretty neat. That's different. So that's interesting. Did you guys know that? Any of you Pennsylvania guys, Jason Robinson, any of you guys on here that are from Pennsylvania, are you familiar with this? These new things? I've been using up. I get so excited about it, I stockpiled a whole bunch of those old pink envelopes, and I didn't know that they had the new ones. But we do have our Hunting and Trapping Digest, the new one, so I'll go through that. And I think I actually had that from when I bought my license in person. So I now have another copy of that. But very important, it has all your regulations, and it has your WMUs. I had a conversation with somebody recently here asking me for information on where to hunt in Maryland, and the guy lives in 5C or 5D down by Philadelphia here. There's a million deer here. Like, if you can access somebody here to hunt with, you get lots of permits, and there's just tons of deer. If anybody ever wants to offer me a spot to hunt with them down in 5C or 5D over, because that's like one of the, they might change this, but it's like one of the few places in Pennsylvania where you can bait. You can still bait here, right? They well, now you can because it's like a new thing. But they have so many deer there, they're allowing baiting, and they're just desperate for people to shoot more deer. I would love to go down and help out with that if anybody wants to offer. But, just kidding. Whatever. It's all good. I hope you guys shoot lots of deer down there. But if anybody is having success down there in 5C or 5D, please let me know. Get on our group page. Share that information on there because other people might find it useful as well. There's a lot of deer to go around down there from what I am told. Now, everybody says that, and then you go there, and it's like, it is a lot harder to shoot deer than... The numbers aren't the only thing, right? There's always more to it than that, but it is what it is. Second package that I got, this is actually a third package, I guess, but I suspect that this is Maryland. Or maybe it's just a duplicate of Pennsylvania. It is! What? Here I thought... See, this is a mystery for sure. Got 2 packages, and here I thought that one was from Maryland sending me the physical copies of something, maybe or a digest or something. They're the same thing. So this mystery that I just went through, it turns out they're all the same thing. That's funny. I got more pink cards and everything. So that's kind of neat. They just kind of screwed up and sent me 2. So it was a mystery surprise to me, even. I didn't even know that. So that's pretty cool. Well, I hope you got something out of that. That was pretty neat. So let's go through some of the comments here and see how you guys are making out. I really appreciate you guys taking some time to talk to me about this stuff in the middle of the week on a live stream. And I'm so glad that it worked. I'm actually trying the new YouTube live stream it's the new setup that they have, right? It's not the old classic version that I'm familiar with. So I just get nervous about this stuff because it's all going to happen right on time. But so far, so good. Knock on wood. There we go. Much love to New Jersey to you, Rocco Noble. Good to hear from you. Checking in, Loxbog. Good to hear from you. Good to hear from you. Shad Island guy. Hello from Statesville, North Carolina. Deer hunting in North Carolina. I have a friend up here who goes down there every year and has for decades, actually, to hunt in North Carolina. Loves it down there. Takes numerous thermocells with him because where he hunts is very swampy. Actually, that was where he was telling me about when he hunts bear down there. I guess it's very swampy down there where he hunts. Moose Junction Hunter got a vintage Death by Bungie shirt yesterday. Going to break it in on a fishing boat this weekend. I think that's awesome. I hope we get some pictures. I think it'll look good on you, and I think it'll be good for fishing. Black is just a good all-around color. You know, the black. Here's one thing I'll just comment on real quick. I wear camo just like everybody that's in this likes this stuff, but when I'm not hunting, I really don't wear a lot of camo. I wear a lot of black t-shirts, but that's the way I've been since I was in high school. When I was in high school, I always wore rock band t-shirts, so I still wear black t-shirts, and that's why the vintage Death by Bungie that Moose Junction Hunter is referring to, that vintage t-shirt is a black t-shirt, so that we can all be members of the Black T-Shirt Club, which is what we were when I was in high school. That's what I kind of referred to all my friends as. We were all wearing black t-shirts. So that's a cute little story shows you where I'm from and what I do. Pennsylvania and their pink envelopes. Yep, you got that right. Isn't that funny? Huntwise JDR, what's your name on Facebook? Just Google, or don't Google, but Facebook, the name Death by Bungie, Bunjie, and you'll get the two options. One is our regular page, one is our Facebook page. If you're interested in going, I think it's in the links or in the descriptions to the videos too. You can go to deathbybungie.com, the domain there on the web. Go to that web page and there's links to it there if you're interested in our Facebook page. Pretty slick. And we've got, who else is on here? My prename. Oh, okay. And Evan Outdoors has got 2 big 6 points on trail cameras. I don't have a trail camera out. You're ahead of me, Evan Outdoors, but I am looking forward. If you want to share some of those on our Facebook page, perhaps I can take a look at your bucks. We're starting to get more pictures of that stuff now. People are sharing that stuff. Andrew Whitaker, he is one of our moderators, and he's joining me here, and he's actually a moderator on our Facebook page just because he's been around. He's actually listed as a founding member or something like that. Facebook, I think he was actually right on there the time that I started the page. He got it real fast. As soon as I started the page, he was on there. I think he was like the first person. So, pretty neat. Louis Brennan LB4 bought my Maryland license today. Got the bonus buck tag too. I bought that too. I have not yet used one, but I'm one of those guys that for the cost, it's not that expensive. It's not that bad. But I'd rather have that option than not. I'd hate to be down there, shoot a buck, and then another one walks by and I don't have that tag, because you ain't going to go buy one and come back and shoot that buck, right? Got to have that tag in your pocket. I just love that stuff. So that's pretty cool. Maryland has 2 zones. Yeah, I know. One zone is unlimited antlerless. Is that the zone I'm in on the East Shore? Because I think I have last I checked, there was like a 15 antlerless or something like that, but it is a ridiculous. It's way more than I'm going to shoot, that's for sure. Real quick story. Not to keep telling you little stories and getting off track, but last year I'm down there. I shot 4 deer in Maryland. I like bringing that up because I'm just so impressed with that I was able to do that. I've never done that before in one trip. In a week's time, in 5 days' time, I shot 4 deer. 3 days' time, whatever it was. Just had a great time. Shot 2 deer in one sit. That was fantastic. So I'm going back and forth on my phone. I got my phone and I'm telling my buddy out in Arizona this, a buddy of mine from high school, who was also a member of that Black T-shirt club, by the way. But I was texting him back and forth and I'm like, hey, Scott, I think now I'm not going to shoot another deer here because I'm running out of cooler space. I don't have any place to put these deer. And he sent me back a message, and this is the best. It says, you can always buy more coolers. I thought that was funny. I'm like, yeah. Because I had shot opportunities I didn't take. This year, that ain't going to happen. I will buy more coolers. I'm taking the coolers, mounting them on the back of the car with that hitch haul again this year. I'm going to do that just to make sure that I've got the space that I need if need be. Because I'm going down there to have a good time, come back with as much food for the freezer as possible. I'm having so much fun with the crock pot, so much fun cooking this stuff and the canning that we're defrosting the freezer as we speak. We're getting ready to do that. We've got finished up the roast. An upcoming episode, I think it's tomorrow's episode of Death by Bungie, will have me cooking a Mississippi-style pot roast. That was phenomenal. It's a pretty fun video, I hope. Hope you get a kick out of it. There's some fun stuff in there. Moose Junction Hunter, those of you guys like that like the... you folks that are on here and you keep telling me that you like the outtakes, the little bloopers at the end. There's a few good ones in that one. I had fun. I'm having fun with the bloopers. This Crossbow Appreciation Month is the greatest thing of all time. I'm having so much fun with this. It's like so stressful to try and, is the live stream going to work? And do I have enough videos? What am I going to put up for tomorrow? And all this stuff. It's so stressful, but it is so rewarding. It's so much fun. And next week, we're getting ready for the meet and greet. Can you believe that? It's going to be like a whole different, we're going to be changing up the style of the Crossbow Appreciation Month. It's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully that'll be a good thing. Yep, okay. Mike Zrodsky, the most expensive free food, LOL. Shh, don't tell people how expensive it is. Boy, hunting gets expensive, doesn't it? And you're right, it's like free. You can just go out there, and if you can legally kill it for free, you can do that. And you can do this a little bit cheaper. And I do have a plan. I don't know if I'm going to get it done during the Crossbow Appreciation Month, but I do have some budget-style hunting ideas set up to offer. So I do have that in the works. I haven't done anything with it yet, but I do have that in the works. And we'll see if we go that route, okay? I just don't know for sure how we're going to handle that. But that might be something that you get, okay? But you're right. It is, hunting's just, it's not a cheap proposition, that's for sure. Andrew Whitaker was hoping it was an elk tag. Yeah, if one of these packages had been an elk tag, that I had drawn an elk tag here in Pennsylvania. Believe it or not, we have free-ranging elk, somewhere between 600 and 1,000 of them. If I had drawn that elk tag, everything, I would have gone through the roof. Now, I don't think they picked those yet, but I would rearrange all of my fall plans to accommodate that and go out there on that elk tag. You still might get one, I don't know. We'll see. I think the deadline's over. You can't apply for them anymore, but they're getting ready to pick a winner. So hopefully that's what we'll do. Moose Junction Hunter, you will not have tag soup this year. I got a good feeling about this. I think it's the new shirt. I think that new shirt, you're going to wear that, and that is going to bring you very good luck. I hope that's the case. What else we got here? Man, there's a lot of people on here, and some new people too. That's neat. Hello to Maryland from Taylor Lowry. I think I've seen that name before. I think I have seen that before. Yep, I have. The Amish Sasquatch is back. Well, we are really getting a lot of folks here from that I remember the names and stuff. We got a lot of people on here. This is really neat. I really appreciate you guys taking some time in the middle of the week here to get on here and chat with me. That's pretty cool. I'm glad your cardio is going well. We're at the gym here out there. And I hope that is going, I hope that continues to go well. Antlerless is the Eastern Shore Zone. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, so I'm hunting in the right spot because I can get a lot of does. You guys, one thing I like about Death by Bungie, friends of Bungie, folks that are friends of this channel, is you can kind of appreciate. When I first I was going to do this YouTube thing, my buddy Scott that I was talking about, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this show. I think I'm having so much fun with this crossbow. I'm going to start filming it. I had been filming it, and I wanted to do, filming was like a big hobby of mine, and I wanted to do something where I could showcase that filming and grow as a filmmaker, and I don't have a lot of money to go around and shoot documentaries or make movies or anything like that, and I thought about doing music videos because I play guitar and I like that kind of stuff too, but I settled on hunting, and he was like, well, that's not going to work because you're in Pennsylvania. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he says, well, in Pennsylvania, you can only shoot one buck. So that's one episode, right? So if I was on TV, if I was on the Outdoor Channel or Sportsman's Channel, I'd basically have one episode every year. So, me shooting the one buck. And that's if I was fortunate enough to shoot a buck. But I decided I wanted to do this, talk about crossbows, the outdoors, and just, the stuff that goes along with it. It doesn't have to be about shooting a big buck every time. Most of my videos are me shooting does, but man, I'm having a blast with it. And I'm so glad you guys are taking part in that too and having fun with that. That's the best. I really do appreciate all these folks on here. That you guys are on here. And Gary Rose made it. Look at that. Hello, Gary Rose. Good to hear from you. Gary Rose is, speaking of people that I appreciate, he is helping us out here with the meet and greet. He's going to be there with bells on. We're going to be part of that, and he's also part of our Facebook group page. We're having a good time on there. Taylor Lowry. I'm guessing he's not reading comments from here. I haven't seen anything he's talking about pop up. Oh, that might be, I'm just reading what comes up. I have it on top chat, and I can change that. I can change it to live chat. Problem with that is sometimes, and I don't know if it makes much difference, but sometimes it makes a difference. And it kind of, now I'm out of whack here. I don't know where I'm looking, but I'm going from top to bottom. I'm assuming the newest ones are at the bottom. That's what, and I think that is the case because we're getting into some new stuff here and some new people are showing up. Joe Saidso, hello. Good luck with the tags. Look forward to the videos. There's some new ones coming all week here. I've been working on those and got some plugged up here. I think, or plugged in the old pipeline. I think we should have some good stuff here coming here. Hello to Virginia from Destry Newsom. That's good to hear from you, and thank you for joining us. John Mobley has a nice buck on a camera. That's pretty cool. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, actually, you filmed it from the car. Yeah, they are pretty smart this time of year. He's saying he filmed it from the car, and the deer knew that it was not in season yet. They get nervous when the bullets start flying or when people are in and out of the woods constantly and stuff. I think they sense it and they pick up on it. They're pretty smart. Yep, pretty smart. Huntwise JDR makes a good point. A lot of people who don't hunt think we just walk out there and walk out of the woods with a deer. Man, if it were that easy. I don't think, and it's different. There's some days where everything's going right and you just have good luck and boom, you get yourself a deer and all that stuff. Then there's other times where it's just drags and you just can't get it done. In the video industry, right, in the filming industry, when we talk about stuff, they always say you don't want to work with people or you don't want to work with animals or children because you can't control those two. And man, is that true with this stuff when you're filming. Sometimes I come back, sometimes it's only once a season, but I get done with the hunting season. I was just editing video today, and I was looking through a couple of shots that I shot while I was in Maryland, and I thought, man, that just looks so beautiful. I captured this deer exactly the way you would want to do it, and it just worked out perfect. But boy, those shots are few and far between. Sometimes you really got to do the work there, to get those done. Gary Rose, does eat just as good as the bucks. And that's an interesting point. I had a question here recently. Somebody wants me to do a video, and I probably will still do this, but a video on the question of whether what takes, do does, can you make a buck taste as good as a doe, or does it taste the same or anything like that? In my limited experience, and I haven't been doing this forever or anything like that, but the deer that I've eaten, I can make them all taste pretty good in a crock pot. That's what it comes down to. I think you cook them properly, you process them properly, you make sure that it's good, healthy venison, and it's going to taste great if you do it right. I don't think it makes a difference whether it was a buck or a doe. So, you guys that grill, I am nothing when it comes to grilling. I don't know what I'm doing. But you guys that are really good at cooking out on a grill, those folks they might have a different opinion. They might tell you, look, it's got to be a doe to taste good. I don't know. But man, when I put something together in a crock pot, it just falls apart. I don't care what deer it is. Doesn't matter how old it is or anything. It's great stuff. So, Professor Kent made it. I wish you well on the meet and greet. So sorry I can't make it. Professor Kent, if it goes well, there will be future ones. And in fact, the future one might be more out your way. If I remember correctly, and I'm embarrassed that I can't remember, but I think you're from Ohio. Am I right on that? You're out in Ohio, I think. I know you got apple trees. I've watched your apple tree videos, and he has a fence that makes anybody growing apple trees envious because this thing is so tall the deer would have a hard time jumping it. So it's just a great setup. So and talk about varieties. We got varieties of deer. They're all over the place out there. So that's really cool. Destry Newsom had 4 deer in the yard. Can't beat that. Boy, I love looking at deer. Last night I took my daughter for a drive. She's 16 now. Got to get some hours under her belt to go driving so she can do some nighttime driving. That's got to be part of it. It can't all be during the daytime. She's really nervous. She hadn't really driven at night before. So she's working the high beams, working the low beams. And we went on a 6 or 8 mile stretch of road here. And there were so many deer. There were 2 or 3 instances where I probably could have touched them if I stuck my arm out the window. There's so many deer out. It was dusk, it had just gotten dark, and it was just, man, I felt bad for her because she's so nervous, but she slows right down. She didn't have any trouble. It's actually really good practice. Pennsylvania is the state where I think we lead the nation It's us and West Virginia back and forth, but I think as of last year, more recently, it's been us. We lead the nation in the most deer hit by cars. So we got that down. Hey, we're number one in something. Yes. So pretty funny. But unless you're a deer, then it's awful. And it really does bother me. I drive back and forth on a stretch of highway here, back and forth to work. It's about 10 miles. And there's 2 or 3 deer a week dead on there. And it gets real bad in October and November, as you would expect. It gets really bad. Crockpot and smoker Gary Rose. I like to learn more about the smoker and how you guys are doing your deer in a smoker. I got to sit down and watch some videos on that stuff. Professor Kent, Michigan. Man, where did I get that? Well, see, from Pennsylvania, once you go out that way, it all kind of blends together. I'm just kidding. Michigan, that's right. I knew that. I've been working all day, and I come home, and I'm trying to do this, and I can't, off the top of my head, man. But I do appreciate you joining us from Michigan. That's fantastic. And I knew that. Oh, I knew that because we talked about other stuff, too. I remember that. All right. Oklahoma is represented here. That's pretty cool. You can't beat that. We got Southern Michigan also represented. Now, here we have an expert on the matter. I am assuming that he's referring back to that previous conversation. It appears as though he is. Head to Tail Barbecue and Cooking says, totally agree. If the deer, buck, or doe is processed and put up correctly, they taste the same. And I think, man, plus with the canning, I've been doing the canning. I canned some ground venison, canned some stew meat venison. I've canned a couple of different ways. And it just falls out of the can, and it's ready to go. It just tastes great. It looks terrible once it's canned. The canned ground venison looks awful. But once it's cooked, it's just fantastic. I mean, it really is a great... I'm going to do it. I mean, this is just the future for my pantry, and the future for our deer processing has a lot of canning in it. And I'm looking forward to this meet and greet, too. I'm going to be hopefully bringing home a really nice hog, and be able to can some of that, too. I'm pretty excited about that. I like roasts for the crock pot, and I'll probably do tenderloins and stuff like that for the crock pot, and then can up everything else. That's what I'm looking forward to doing, so that's pretty cool. So you guys got recipes and stuff for canned deer meat or canned... What do you do with canned pork? That's what I want to know. What recipes can I make with that? So I'm kind of interested in that. And Loxbog, you are right. 100-year-old apple tree this year. I love those videos. I'm trying to mix them up. It gets old seeing exactly the same scenario. But if you go back and watch those hunts, it's the same apple tree, the same setup. But every hunt is different. I got one where a broadhead doesn't open. I got one where there's too many deer there and I had to wait to take a shot. I got one where a deer sneaks in and takes an apple and then backs up out of the video. It's been pretty cool. It's pretty neat. Even though it's all the same little spot, it's still working out pretty good. Professor Kent has a bear in his beehives. Well, that's just great. First bear in 40 years around there. My apple trees are afraid. They should be, because I've had bears pushing down cages this spring. I had bears, didn't even have apples. I had bears, and I doubt it was deer. Okay, I don't have video of this, but I don't think it would be deer pushing these cages in. The deer have left my cages, those big baskets that I got around all the trees. The deer have left those alone over the years, but they pushed it in and broke branches off, and that's telling me it's a bear getting in there eating those buds off of there. So they've suffered a little bit. Growing apple trees, man, I'm telling you, it is so much work. I think you pretty much have to fence in the whole thing and just try to keep everything out with an electric fence or something, man. Because if there's deer, watch your bears on your apple trees. I really do, and I mean that. I hope that it turns out okay. Yep. Professor Ken. I made a mistake about whether he was from Ohio or Michigan. He's from Michigan. But he says Ohio looks like Michigan. All the pretty states do. That's awesome. Yeah. Once you start going west, they all blend together. I know what you're saying. That's great. That is great stuff. Man. How often do I change a string on a crossbow? Taylor Lowry. You are asking a magic question. You have hit the nail right on the head. I have a video I'm going to be doing between now and the end of next week where I'm going to be addressing exactly that. The answer is I change it when it needs to be changed. That's really the answer. But I'll go through some stuff and try and share that with you in that video. That is something that's coming up, and I was thinking of doing that. Here's one for a live stream. I'm thinking of doing it this weekend as a live stream, where I will change the string live and shoot at targets and sight it in with the new string. I'll do that all myself right here and get ready for the upcoming meet and greet so that I make sure that the string is perfect and everything's going to be firing perfect for the upcoming meet and greet. I'm pretty excited about that. That might work out pretty good. So, man, that's pretty cool. Canned pork, candy for soups. Yeah. Thank you very much, Moose Junction Hunter. That is a perfect use for pork. I hadn't thought of that. If I'm trying to think of different recipes, because the thing is, when you can pork or you can anything like that, any of these meats, when you're done, it's cooked. It's ready to eat. You can eat it right out of the jar. And I'm trying to think, well, what do you use canned pork for? You could jump it out of the jar, mix it in with spices, and make the sausage and stuff. And you know, if you ground it up or whatever, you could do it that way. There's a couple things like that you could do. But man, putting it in soups, that wouldn't work out too bad. My wife is a big fan of like pork and bean soup and stuff like that. And actually, there's a bunch of things you can do now I think about it. You could take that stew meat, the canned pork stew meat, and put that in pork and beans. That would work too. Well, there's a couple little neat ideas here. Thank you very much for this. This is really productive for me. So that's pretty cool. If you bring some canned ground venison to the meet and greet, just tell everyone it is deer brains. That is probably what it looks like. Yep. And then I'll eat it in front of them, and they'll be completely grossed out. I don't know how far that's going to go, Professor Kent, but I think I'll hold off on that one. Okay, Igor Fun. Hello from Belgium. Belgium! Holy cow! Another person from across the Atlantic Ocean. Bow and crossbow hunting is still illegal here, but we are working on it. You know, that's interesting. It always makes me... It's kind of strange that when I hear people from over in Europe talking to me about how they can't hunt with a bow or a crossbow, it's illegal there. When did that happen? Because people were hunting with bows and crossbows in Belgium, I'm betting, in Germany, long before they were on this continent, right? I mean, I think Columbus probably brought crossbows here and probably shot deer. Him and his men probably shot deer with crossbows. I'm assuming the first deer were killed with crossbows back in the 1400s. And then all of a sudden it becomes, in the 1900s, it becomes illegal to hunt with a crossbow. Like all of a sudden that's a bad thing. I don't know, whatever. But I'd be curious to know the history of that in these different places. And I really hope you are working on it. Now, just if it's Igor Fun, if it is any consolation, we're still working on that here. Not every state, not every area of the United States allows crossbows. And folks up in New York State, the New York State Crossbow Coalition, they're still working on that. They're still trying to get that fully authorized throughout the hunting seasons up there in New York. And they're not quite there yet, but we're working on that. So people here are working on those things. So they're going back and forth. Bungie wants to hunt a black bear. Dennis Dean, you are 100% correct. And Bungie is going to hunt a black bear, possibly as early as next year. That's in the works. I am actually putting together some plans, so I'm hoping to make that happen. Have you ever shot a mission sub 1? The Juventus Insco. I have not shot a mission sub 1, but I have seen people talking about them. I've caught a video or two on here, and I would love to hear your thoughts on our Death by Bungie group page. If you guys have videos of you shooting your crossbows and you wanted to sort of demonstrate things about your crossbow and upload it to that Death by Bungie group page, I think that's a great way to do it. I love it. Go ahead and do it. I want to see that stuff. So really the big rule on there is it's got to be kind of hunting related, and it has to be good, clean fun. I don't want... and I don't care about the topics. If people want to put on there about whether it's ethical to bait deer or not, that was a recent topic, by all means. I mean, I love baiting deer. I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. I'm going to keep doing it as long as it's legal. When it stops being legal, I'll stop doing it, and I'll complain about it probably, but I don't think it'll stop being legal. But I think that that's something that that's the way I like hunting that way. I didn't grow up hunting that way, but I didn't grow up hunting with a crossbow. This is a whole new thing to me. So, but the discussion was pretty clean on there, and I really appreciate that. Almost everything on there is very clean. And as long as the posts that we all put up are clean and everybody gets along with them and they're sort of family friendly, but also they make few people feel welcome and comfortable, then that's fine. I don't care. you know, I don't care what we talk about, but as long it should be kind of hunting related, but and mostly crossbows. That's the kind of stuff I like. But I want to see your apple tree pictures, and I want to see all that other good stuff too. That's what I like about that stuff. So hopefully we can continue to share that on there, and you guys will check that out. And the Mission Sub 1 is a great thing to share pictures of on there, so we can all talk about that stuff. John Mobley's thinking of getting the stuff to set up to do his own strings. Me too. I actually toyed with that idea. I was, you know, it just seems like there's always a couple of different projects in the way of me going to that. That and fletchings were the things I was going to address this year and start working on. I don't think I'm going to make it this year, but next year it's still on the list. So that's where we're at. In Germany, the government is thinking about even making fishing illegal. Man, I'm telling you. I don't know, man. That's crazy. That is upsetting because, you know, you're just letting the fish go to waste. What's up with that? And if you can't get out and enjoy a summer afternoon fishing, man, I'm telling you, that makes life hard. I'm telling you. Last question, Taylor Lowry. Do I ever enter the Maryland bear lottery? I do not, because I don't go down there for the bear seasons or anything. I'm not opposed to that. I can tell you, I love my Maryland time. I'm telling you, I love going down there. I just think it's the neatest thing. Hunting is such a neat enterprise. I can hunt up here on a place where I grew up and where I spent all my time, and I know every inch of that place, and there's nothing really exciting about it walking around on it, but it's fantastic, and I love it. I always have a good time. And then I can drive 5 hours in a car, go down to Maryland, and hunt down there, and not see a person I recognize for the whole week practically, and except for my guide or the people that I've hunted with in the past, and just have the greatest time. I mean, it's just so fantastic, and I'm looking forward to expanding that going forward. I just think that's awesome. So, hello to Nebraska, Dan Wallander. It's good to hear from you. And come to Ohio and hunt in a very good open-minded crossbow state, Gus Ulam says. Ohio is the king state for crossbows. It is the premier destination. There's no doubt about that. You got baiting, you got great deer, you just got great people. It's not that far away from me. But it was the first state, from what I understand to be the case, that legalized the crossbow. And you've been shooting deer with crossbows since the 70s. That's just awesome. And as you know, this is an important thing to take note of for all these states that are like, wow, we really shouldn't have the crossbow because they'll kill all the deer and none of us will be able to shoot deer. Ohio has been shooting deer with crossbows since the 1970s, and they got great deer, right? There's other things we need to worry about, not that. I don't think that is what we need to worry about. Thank you all for joining this. I'm going to wrap this up now because we're getting into, it's been about 40 minutes, which is 45 minutes. That's nothing wrong with that at all. And I am going to type something in here. And those of you who are here regularly will know what this is. And I'm going to type it on here. If I can see around the microphone here. And I am going to sign out of this video. I'm going to go get my dinner. I'm going to come back in here and start editing and finish editing the Thursday video, which is a long one, and it's a good one. I think you'll get a kick out of it. It's going to be the first video that was shot entirely in the studio, the Death by Bungie studio, which is the basement. But I think it turned out pretty nice, so hopefully that will be the case. So long, you folks. Good luck out there. I really hope you guys have fun. I look forward to talking to you on the next one of these live streams, and I hope you will check out our Facebook pages, and I hope you will check out the video that comes out tomorrow and the rest of Crossbow Appreciation Month. I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you very much. And here it is. That's what I typed. There it is. Until next time. Thanks a lot, you guys.